Students, so for 7th standard we completed prose and poem in unit 2 and today we are going to see the supplementary part. Hope you all understood unit 1 as well as the completed part in unit 2. Now we will move on to unit 2, the red-headed leek, which is a supplementary part. So red-headed league is nothing but it is the group of people who do some particular task, okay, maybe for a sports activity or for some other activity. So the people who are participating are just meant to be the hair for them, it may be red in color. That's what they have kept the name red-headed league, okay. So this particular supplementary part was one of 56 Sherlock Holmes short stories, okay. A person who is a detective, okay. So detective is a person who is like a police officer. He will investigate a crime, okay. Investigate means examining a crime, okay. So this particular red-headed league was one among 56 Sherlock Holmes short stories. So the character was named as Sherlock Holmes, okay. SHERLOCKHOLMES, Sherlock Holmes. So this particular story was written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, okay. CONANDOYLE, Doyle, okay. So it first appeared in the Strand magazine. So in the magazine named Strand, this particular story was appeared. So it appeared in the year August 1891. Okay. So Conan Doyle ranked this particular red-headed league as his second. Okay. That is, he gave the rank of second for this particular story among the list of 12 favorite Holmes stories. Okay, so among the favorite 12 list of stories, he shortlisted this red-headed league as the second topmost story, okay, as his favorite story. Now we will see what are the characters that are present in this supplementary, okay. So this particular part is given like a play. So usually in a play we will have different scenes, that is the incidents that are done in the story. So we will see the play and we will see 3 scenes in this supplementary part. The scenes will be 1, 2 and 3. Now we will see what are the characters that are available in this part. So first, Sherlock Holmes. So Sherlock Holmes, as I told you, it is a detective. He is a detective person and he will investigate a crime, okay. That is, a crime will be investigated by the detective person. And Dr. Watson, so he is friend of Sherlock Holmes. So he is a very close friend to Sherlock Holmes and he is a doctor. Jabez Wilson, so he is a red-haired shopkeeper, okay. So he is a shopkeeper for a gold finance shop. So his name is called as Jabez Wilson. And next is Vincent Spaulding. So Vincent Spaulding is assistant for Wilson, okay. He is assistant for Wilson, which means assistant means a person who works under a senior person. And Duncan Ross, Mr. Duncan Ross, so he is Spaulding's accomplice, okay. Accomplice means a person who helps to commit a crime, okay. So he was helping Spaulding, okay, which I said before. That is, this Duncan Ross helped Spaulding to commit a crime, okay. That is what he also is having his head, that is the hair which he have is red in color. So he is also a person with red hair. And finally Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones is a detective from Scotland, and it is that particular Scotland is in the headquarters of New London. Okay, so it is the headquarters of New London, that is Scotland. So in that particular area, Mr. Jones acts as a detective agent. Okay, so these are the characters that are available in this part. Now we will move on to the play. So the play, that is the introduction, what is happening right now, that has been explained in a story, and after that the scenes are going to be started. So here in this introduction, Sherlock actually is a detective person. So detective agent, that is who investigate a crime. Okay, the crime means the things that are happening, the thieves, the murder, everything, we call it as crime. So he is investigating a crime. So he was living in an apartment. Sherlock Holmes was living in an apartment, and now Dr. Watson. So Dr. Watson was friend of Mr. Sherlock. So now Watson is going to meet Sherlock in his apartment, because as he was a good friend, he wanted to meet his friend Sherlock. Now he found Detective Holmes was talking to a client. So now the Detective Holmes, which in short form, Sherlock Holmes can be called as Holmes, Holmes. So this Holmes was talking to a client. Okay, that client is having a bright red color hair. So his hair was red in color. His name was Mr. Jabez Wilson. His name was Mr. Jabez Wilson. So Holmes is telling, Holmes now, he is asking Dr. Watson to listen to this story of the client. Okay, now this is the situation right now. That is now a person, okay, that person is Jabez Wilson, is a client of who? Sherlock Holmes. Okay, he is a client of Sherlock Holmes, and now Dr. Watson is visiting in the apartment to meet Sherlock. At that time, Sherlock is telling Dr. Watson to listen to the communication between Sherlock and the client. Okay, now Wilson is saying. Now Wilson is telling what was happened actually. So Wilson says that he runs a pawn shop. So pawn shop is a gold finance shop. So his assistant, that is his assistant means a junior person working under him, under Wilson. So he is called as Vincent Spaulding, as I told you initially. So his name is Vincent Spaulding. So he was showing the newspaper, and he was showing some advertisement in the newspaper. In the newspaper, there was an announcement that there will be a opening, okay, opening in Red-Headed League. Okay, so there is a committee or a group that has been formed, and it has been named as Red-Headed League. So that particular Red-Headed League advertisement is in the newspaper now. Now Spaulding, who is assistant of Wilson, he is showing to Wilson about the advertisement of Red-Headed League. In that advertisement, what it has been written is, there is an opening for the people to enter inside the Red-Headed League. Okay, and they are promising a salary of £4 a week. Okay, so £4 means it is the rupee, it is the money for UK, United Kingdom, that is London. Okay, so this pound is almost equal to 454 grams. Okay, it is equal to 454 grams. So per week, actually, if they are taking a person inside the Red-Headed League, so they are giving £4 a week. For a week, they are paying the amount of 454 grams. That is £4. Now Spaulding is telling this senior person, that is Wilson, to apply for this Red-Headed League. That is to apply for this particular job. Now what that timid red-haired person who is a red-haired person, that is Wilson, so okay, who is the shopkeeper. Now he is a timid person. Timid means the person who lacks the courage, okay, that is there is no courage with him. He don't have any boldness in him, so he is a courageless person. So now the timid person, what he is doing, he is accepting for that particular job, okay. Now that particular person was accepted by another league, okay, another head of the league. The head of the league was Mr. Duncan Ross, okay. Mr. Duncan Ross was the head of the league, and now after the person, that is your person is Wilson, okay, who is a shopkeeper. He was applying for the red-headed league, okay. Now his assistant Vincent Spaulding is advising him to apply for that particular job that has been given in the newspaper as an advertisement. And now this Wilson is accepting for that particular, he is willing to go for that particular job. And now the red-headed league, that is the head of the red-headed league was Mr. Duncan Ross. He is now accepting the invitation of Mr. Wilson, okay. This is what happening actually now. And then what's happening, you see, that is he learned, that is after joining that red-headed league, he understood the nominal duties, that is the role of the duty, the role of the job is consisted of he have to come to the office, okay, and he have to work from morning 10 a.m. until afternoon 2 p.m. okay. So each and every day he have to come in the morning by 10 a.m. and he have to work until 2 p.m. And what he have to do, what work actually he have to do is, he have to copy out the Encyclopedia Britannica in longhand, which means the Encyclopedia Britannica means it is the general knowledge English language, which is given in the online as an encyclopedia, okay. That is the general knowledge English language has been given in the online as an encyclopedia, which has all the information about the language English, okay, that has been given in the online. So this should be copied and it should be written in the hand. So we should not take any printout, or we should not give for typewriting. We have to just normally write in our own hand. That we call it as longhand. Now 8 weeks he is continuing to do this work. 8 weeks he is continuing to do this work, and finally at one day, what happened after the 8 weeks has been completed, finally at one day when he came to the office, that is Mr. Wilson, when he came to the office, he found that the door was closed. That is the place where he was working, that particular place door was closed, and there was a notice on the door, okay. It was written that Red-Headed League has been dissolved, that is Red-Headed League has been completely closed, okay. Suddenly there was a notice on the door, and that particular workplace was closed. So he was very much disturbed. Actually Wilson was very much disturbed, and for that purpose only, that is he was thinking that someone has making a practical joke on him, and finally with this problem he wanted to find a solution. So for finding a solution, now he is coming to Holmes, okay. As I said you, Holmes is a detective person, so he will detect the crime. So he is coming now to Holmes, and now Holmes is promising that he will look after this case and he will find out the solution for it, okay. Now right now what they are doing is, now Dr. Watson, who is a friend of Sherlock, and Sherlock, they both, now they are going to Wilson's shop immediately. Immediately now they are going to Wilson's shop and they wanted to know what was happening in that particular shop. And that shop was present in, that is, the shop was located in Saxe-Coburg Square. Okay, the place called Saxe, S-A-X-E, Coburg, C-O-B-U-R-G, Coburg Square. Okay, so it is in the center of London. So it was present in the central area. So immediately Dr. Watson and Sherlock both are going to Wilson's shop in this particular place. Okay. Now we will see the scenes one by one. 1, 2 and 3. So before the scene 1, we have to know the incident that was happening right now. So what was the incident is, now everyone are waiting outside the shop of Wilson shop. Okay, that is Holmes is walking up and down. So there were stairs near the shop. So Holmes was walking up and down. And now he hits the ground. Using his walking stick. So Holmes was having a walking stick in his hand. Now he is hitting the ground using that walking stick outside the shop. Then he knocks on the door of the, door of the shop. Okay. So Spaulding, now inside the shop, that is inside the shop, Spaulding was there and Spaulding opens the shop door. Okay, he was opening the shop door. At that time, the legs of his trousers are dirty. So when we notice, when Holmes was knocking the door was opened by Spaulding. So Spaulding is the person who was inside the shop. At that time, Holmes noticed Spaulding's trousers. Okay, the trousers leg part was very dirty. Okay, now Holmes was noticing that Spaulding's trousers was very dirty. Okay, that was the scene. That was the incident that is happening right now. So after that, we will see the scene 1. So in scene 1, what was the conversation between Watson and Holmes and also your Spaulding? Okay, there was a little conversation. So now Spaulding is asking, can I help you? Because Holmes has knocked the door of Spaulding. So Spaulding is asking, can I help you? Now Holmes is telling, yes, how can I get to the Strand? Okay, how can I get to the Strand? So Strand means a place near the seashore. Okay, the how to reach a beach or how to go near the seashore. Okay, that is called a Strand. So he is asking a way. Like that he is investigating. He is doing examination about the crime. So that was not known by the Spaulding. So he is just replying for a third person. Now Spaulding is telling third on the right and fourth on the left. So if you go for the third street, you have to move to the right side, and if you go towards the fourth street, you have to move towards the left. So now again the Spaulding, what he is doing is he enters into the shop again and he closes the door now. Now Holmes, what he is telling, he is very clever man. Like that he is telling to Watson. So Watson was also there near the shop. So now he is communicating with Watson that he is telling he is a very clever young man. So he refers to Spaulding. He tell clever man as that is Spaulding. Okay. Now Watson is asking, is he? So is he clever? Why did you ask about the Strand? So he is asking. So now he is asking to Holmes, why did you ask about the Strand? That is, you know London very well. So you have visited many places in London. You know all about London. Then why do you ask about the Strand? Like that he is asking to Holmes now. You wanted to, or otherwise you wanted to see him. So if you wanted to see who is Spaulding, for that only you asked a question to Spaulding. Like that Watson is communicating with Holmes now. Now Holmes is telling, did you notice his trousers? So he was wearing the trousers. That is, it is like a pant. So did you notice that? Watson is telling his trousers. No, but I saw you hit the ground with your stick. So he is telling, no, I did not see his trousers, but you were hitting the ground that was outside the shop using your walking sticks. That only I have noticed. Now Holmes is telling, my dear Watson, there is no time for discussion now. So he is telling, there is no time for discussion now. I have to go and look behind the shop. That is, Holmes wanted to investigate behind the shop. Okay, what was happening behind the shop? So he is telling, I have to go back of Saxe-Coburg Square. That is the place where they are standing. Behind that place, he have to go there and he have to investigate there. You had to go to work. Now he is remembering Watson, Dr. Watson, that is, you also have the work to go. Now Watson is telling, yes, I have to go to hospital, because Watson is a doctor, so he wanted to go to the hospital. Now Holmes is telling, right, but you have to help me tonight. That is, you have to come at 10 o'clock during the night time. Now his friend, that is, Watson, wanted to go to the hospital, but Holmes is telling, you want to come by night at 10 o'clock. Okay, like that that is Watson, Watson and also Holmes and also Spaulding are conversing in the scene 1. Now we will move on to the scene 2. Okay, the scene 2 is a place, that is, a place is a strong room in a bank. Okay, now in a strong room, that is the strong room at a bank. Strong room means a room in a bank that is used to protect the valuable items. Okay, so the valuable items are protected in a strong room. Okay, that has been kept in a bank. There at a bank, there was many boxes and also many crates. Okay, boxes they have, as well as many crates are there. C-R-A-T-E-S. Crates means it is a wooden box that has been used for transporting goods. Okay, for transporting some things, we use the wooden box. So now Holmes, Watson, Mr. Jones and a policeman everybody are on the stage now. That is, they were hiding themselves behind the boxes. So I told you, now it is a strong room, that is the strong room at the bank. Now what they are doing is, they all are hiding behind the boxes. Now the Holmes, Watson, Jones and also the policeman, everybody are hiding behind the boxes. Now Holmes is telling, is everything ready in upstairs, Mr. Jones? Okay, now Holmes is asking Mr. Jones that everything ready in the upstairs. Jones is telling, yes, my men are waiting in the front of the shop and also in the front of the bank. That is, near to the shop, 3 people are standing, and also in the front of the bank as well as the shop. Now Holmes is telling, good, but we should be very quiet and we have to wait. Okay. Now what's happening in that place is, now they switched off the light now, and the strong room, that is the strong room, is it's nothing but the things, the room which consists of valuable item. That room was very dark. So, but we can see the people who are hiding behind the boxes. So, the people who are hiding behind the crates, that is the boxes, are Mr. Jones, Mr. Watson, Holmes and also a policeman. So, they can be easily visible outside. Okay. Now, Watson is whispering. So, now Watson is telling, Watson is a doctor. Now, what he is telling is, it is 11:15, that is 11:15, Holmes, like that he is telling the timing now. Then when, what to do? When, he is asking when, what can we do? Now, Holmes is telling, shh, he is giving a sound, shh, and he is telling, don't spoil our investigation. So Watson, you don't ask anything now and don't spoil our investigation, because there is investigation going on. That is examining, okay, examination. That is systematically they are examining something. So he is telling, should you be quiet? So we are examining something. Now they see a light that is coming through the stone floor. Okay, the floor was covered with the stone, and from that stone we are able to see a light from that stone floor. Suddenly the stones were away. That is, the stones were moving that side and this side. And first a hand with the gun. Okay, a hand is coming out from the ground. That is from a tunnel which had been made underground area. Okay, that we call it as tunnel. So from there a hand with the gun is coming out. And continuing that, another hand is coming out with a gun. Okay, the first hand which was coming out with the gun was Spaulding, and the second hand which was coming with the gun was followed by the Ross. Okay, Ross is Duncan Ross, Mr. Duncan Ross. Now Spaulding is telling to Ross, now have you got to, okay, like have you got something like that. Now Spaulding is asking to Ross now, because they don't know that all these detective people are waiting there. They were coming from that particular tunnel, and now they are using they are keeping a gun in their hand, and they were communicating. At that time, Spaulding is asking Ross, okay, that he is having, now have you got to, okay, like that he is asking. So with this light, Holmes, now what he is doing is, with this light, he was coming out from the box. From the box he is coming out, and he is hitting Spaulding's arm. Okay, now he is giving a hit towards the Spaulding's arm. Arm means shoulder, near the shoulder. Now the gun is on the ground. So he was when he was hitting Spaulding's arm, the gun which was in the hand fall down to the ground now. Now Ross quickly gets back into the tunnel. Now after seeing that, Ross quickly went into the tunnel. Okay, again he went inside the tunnel. He did not come out of the tunnel. So at that time, Jones wanted to stop Ross, but he was not able to do that because he went quickly into the tunnel. So he got escaped. That is, Ross got escaped and he went inside the tunnel. Now Holmes is telling, you can't get away, John Clay. Okay, the Spaulding, another name is John Clay. Now Holmes is telling, you cannot get away from here, John Clay. And now Spaulding is telling, no, but Ross, my friend. So my friend is Ross. Like that he is trying to explain about Ross. Now Holmes is telling, so there are 3 men who are waiting near the shop and also before the bank. So they will take care of your friend Ross. Okay, like that he is telling to Spaulding now. Now Spaulding is telling, oh, you think of everything. So you are planning of everything, Holmes. So he is asking in that manner because he caught hold of Spaulding also, and his friend Mr. Ross, he escaped from the detective people, and now he will be escaping and going towards the front door. In the front door, if you see, 3 people are waiting there to catch all the thieves who were in that particular bank. Now he is telling, so you are thinking of everything. Now Spaulding is telling to Holmes, you are thinking of everything. You are very clever. Okay, he is explaining that you are very clever. Now Holmes is telling, so are you John Clay? You are redhead Leak. You are also very clever. Okay, so again this Holmes is telling that you are only John Clay. Are you John Clay? Okay, John Clay's another name is Spalding. Okay, so now he is confirming that he is John Clay, and now he is telling you are the head of the Red-Headed League. So you are also very clever. Like that, Holmes is communicating with Spalding. So these are the things that were happening in the scene 2. Now we will move to the scene 3. Here in scene 3, now Sherlock, he studied everything. That is, Sherlock is very brilliant and he started to study everything. And now he is telling, now Holmes and Watson are sitting in the chair. Now Holmes and along with him Watson were sitting in the chair. Now Holmes is telling, now Holmes is explaining everything. That is, he is telling there was no red-headed league. Okay, there was nothing called red-headed league. That is, the villains, the villain, that is the enemy, they wanted Wilson away from the shop for some hours every day because they wanted to create a tunnel. Okay, for that purpose, the villains, that is the enemies, wanted that shopkeeper. That shopkeeper is Wilson. That is, the Wilson, he should be away from the shop for few hours daily. Okay, so for that, what they did was, they saw the Clay, that is the John Clay, saw the color of Ross' hair and thought of a red-headed league. Okay, so when John Clay, who's Spalding, when he saw the Ross, Mr. Duncan Ross' hair, it was red in color. That's what he thought about the name Red-Headed League. Okay, so when Wilson wanted to go for the Red-Headed League work, what they did is they started to make the tunnel. Okay, so that person Wilson is joining for a new office at Red-Headed League, which was said earlier. So whenever he is going there, these people, that is the villains, they started to dig a tunnel in that particular shop. Okay, that was their actual plan. And now Watson is telling, so Spalding is John Clay, the notorious thief. So Watson is confirming that John Clay was Spalding. Okay, so he is a notorious thief. Notorious means a person who is very famous for his bad qualities. Okay, so when did you first know that? So he is asking, how come you know him that he is John Clay? That is, Spalding was John Clay. Now Holmes is telling, I suspected, that is, he found out that he was John Clay when Spalding was happy to work for half wages. So Spalding was very happy to work for half wages only, because for half wages only he was working and he was very happy. And that's what Spalding always, he went to the underground cellar. Okay, so cellar is a underground floor, it is a basement area. So usually Spalding wanted to go to the basement area. So he was thinking, that is, Holmes was thinking, why always the Spalding is going into that basement area. So basement area, if they are going for a basement area, maybe it may be a tunnel. Okay, tunnel is a place where they will dig the ground and make a way, and from there they will move to the another place. And now Spalding is making a tunnel, I thought. So to another building. So that's what initially in the scene 1, this Holmes was hitting the ground in front of the shop to identify whether there is a tunnel in the front of the shop or at the back side of the shop. For that purpose only, he hit the ground with the walking stick. Now Watson is telling, yes, I understood now. You wanted to know if the cellar was in front of the shop. He hit the shop in front of the shop using his walking stick to identify whether the cellar is in the front of the shop or in the back side of the shop. Holmes is telling, yes, I did. The cellar was behind the shop. So he is telling, the cellar, that is, the cellar means underground floor, okay, it is a basement. So that basement was behind the shop. Then I saw the man Spalding. So he was seeing man Spalding at the behind the at the backside of the shop. So he is recognizing, that is, Holmes is recognizing that he was Spalding. So did you see trousers? It was dirty due to tunnel work. Because of doing the tunnel work only, Spalding's trousers was very dirty. Now Watson is telling, very clever Holmes. So he is telling, you are very clever. Now Holmes is telling, I went into the next street, that is backside of the shop he is going, that is in the next street he is going and seeing the backside of the shop. The backside of the shop is nothing but the bank, okay. They wanted to go to the bank and they wanted to rob the valuable items. That was the plan of the thieves. But before that, what happened? This Holmes, the detective person, identified, that is, he went to the backside of the street and found there was a bank in that area. And Watson is telling, the bank, of course, yes, okay. Now Holmes is telling why they have digged a tunnel, okay. So now why they have digged a tunnel? To enter into the bank, okay, that is the strong room. They wanted to enter into the strong room. That is what they have created the tunnel from the shop to the bank. Now Watson is asking, but why tonight? How do you know? Why they have planned tonight? How come you know this matter that they will be doing at night only? Now Holmes is telling, because the offices will be closest at Red-Headed Lake, and after that the tunnel also was ready, and as it was a Saturday, that is the good day for them to move through the tunnel and roam from the strong room, okay, because the next, that is after Saturday, it will be a Sunday. So Sunday will be holiday at the bank. So for the thieves, it will be easier to rob the valuable items from the strong room. And finally, Watson is telling, he was laughing. He did not get away. But now what happened? All their plan got collapsed because Holmes found out them and he caught hold of Spalding, and all their plans got collapsed, okay. Now Watson is telling, he was laughing and telling, all their plan got collapsed, okay. That is what you caught of Mr. Spalding. Now Holmes is telling, yeah, that's very true, Watson, okay. So that is a clever job of Mr. Holmes, who is a hero in the story, and he was a detective person, and he is the person who identifies how the strong room is going to be kidnapped or going to be robbed by the thieves, and he planned himself and he caught hold of the thieves, Mr. Spalding and as well as Mr. Duncan Ross. Okay, so hope you all understood this story. Have a good day. Thank you, students.